Oh, look at me. Look at me, I'm so cute. Look at me, I'm like 16. Look at me, I'm so cute. Look at me, 16. It's like, it's stupid. So funny, dude. It's like, look at his hair right here. It's funny. All right, so, all right. I don't know what I'm even doing this for, but anyway, what I got going on here? Woohoo! Who gives a shit? Look at this fucking fro I got going. Look at this, man. Woo. All right, anyway. I don't know why I'm even recording this. Actually, kind of nice with the ceiling, this popcorn ceiling. Yeah. I don't usually, this isn't my, that don't work. See that? That's why it's not that. That's why I'm not, yeah, I don't like that. Oh, my bike looks nice. Oh, that's nice. I don't like that popcorn ceiling in the background. That's, who gives a shit? Anyway, I'm not here for looks. I'm here for thoughts. I was just thinking, I guess I'm recording this because I don't really want to tell anybody. And like, because I don't want to fuck anything up. But I want to know that, I guess there's going to be a timestamp. Here, wait a second. Okay. Does this work? What is this? What does this say? That's where I am. And is that backwards? Probably. And it's doing that. That's smart. Okay, get rid of that. Okay. Okay, bye. Okay. What does that do? Wait, I could do this maybe. This ain't a nice beard you got going there, buddy. I mean, can't say that, right? I mean, and why is everything, what the fuck, dude? What, can you even, is that even, no, that's backwards. I know that. How about this way? I can do this way. Well, that doesn't, well, I just took a picture of myself. Great. Anyway, whatever, man. It's 9:51 a.m. Sunny out, 71 here in lovely Southwest Florida. It's feels 71, so humidity must be pretty good. So my hair is, look at this. Ooh, look at that. It's all my hair is nice and it's like a good. It's just like, oh, that thing is like, whoo. Anyway, it's Thursday, April 2nd, 2026. Well, all right. So this is what I'm thinking. People are worried about Vance, what's going on in the, the dividing the party. I was just thinking, I got worried about that. I worry about stuff. That's why I try to think about it to try to make myself not worry about it anymore. I think about things. I'm not trying to think about it. It's like I just do. I can't. It's not like I can make myself do it or not make myself do it. It just happens. So what I'm thinking is everybody in the cabinet with Trump. Trump's a cast out. Okay, that's why he started Trump Tower. Okay, so this is how I see things. He was an outsider. He's not an insider in New York. He doesn't come from New York money. He's from Queens. Now, I'm from New Jersey, okay? People from New York City hate people from that, they call us the bridge and tunnel crowd, all right? So, they don't like us. Like, they don't like people that aren't from New York. They're snobs, and whatever, not everybody's a snob. I'm just saying, like, it's like they don't like people that, if you're from New York, you don't like a person that's from Queens, especially if you go back and listen to Trump in the 70s and 80s and stuff. Like, they didn't like that at all. His accent was it was pretty thick then. It's kind of funny to listen to now. But anyway, he's not part of any kind of, nobody likes the guy, man. You know what I mean? Like, nobody likes him. Like, no, this is why there's a divide on the right now, okay? Because they're trying to, okay. This is what I'm thinking. Don't worry about Vance, because Vance is really smart. The guy's super duper smart, okay? The reason why is because usually I look at people and I think how dumb they are, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy's you know what I mean? He's a moron. And I'm like, these fucking people, they're so stupid. They're so stupid. I listen to the people in the cabinet and I think, God, I'm so stupid. Like, geez, these guys are so much smarter than I am. They're really, really smart. The people that he has around him, they're very, very smart, which scares a lot of people that are dumb, okay? Dumb people are terrified by smart people, but the problem is that dumb people classify smart people kind of like, so like when you're dumb, there's like, this is all anecdotal, whatever, it's my own personal experience and what I've observed in the world and growing up and dealing with people, and that thing, it's better the other way, it's flipped around on the camera, but I don't know how you do that. I think this is, I guess so, whatever. So but I built that thing, it's pretty cool. That's one thing I built. You know what I mean? It's like, so my point being is I know a lot of people that are blue collar, and I talk to a lot of people that are blue collar because blue collar guys like cars, and they like my cars because my cars are cool, and they talk to me about them. And I was a mechanic, and because I like to fix things and build things and stuff like that. So I've met a lot of people like that. So I wasn't a fan of Trump. I mean, it was like I was indifferent. He was just a guy. I grew up in New Jersey, so in the 80s, he was just a guy that was, he was like, he just was a guy. Like, he was like, he's a showman, and he's, and he was a guy that was a builder, and then when you build a building, you got to promote the building because you don't want your building to fail. You're not building a building for it to fail. Like no one puts a building up for it to fall down. You know what I mean? Like nobody builds something for it to be shit. You know what I mean? Like if somebody even makes like a movie and the movie's bad, they didn't want it to be bad. It just is. Or somebody builds a car or a house. I love how Trump criticizes their architecture. It's hilarious. So that cracks me up. I don't want to make this too long. My point is that I don't think there's anything to worry about. This is why. Trump is an outsider. He built Trump Tower because he noticed that all the buildings in New York were controlled by these, whatever, those, I think they're like condos, and they have a condo board or some freaking BS, home Nazis. And then they would judge people, and they wouldn't let people had a lot of money. That's why he's pissed off. You watch that Donahue thing. He's like, he's pissed off because people are in these rent-control apartments paying $200 a month, and they're multimillionaires. It's like, and he doesn't give a shit that he's got to pay it. He gives a shit that it's like he's got to pay taxes. He cares about the fact that he pays taxes, and then these people are ripping the taxes off that he's paying, and then they don't want him. They want to exclude him from they want him to pay the tax and nobody else to pay the tax. It's like, what the fuck? This guy's been getting the Ram, You know what I mean? Like his whole life, man. He doesn't have, this guy wasn't born with a silver spoon in his mouth. I mean, his dad built everything he had. His whole family are builders. I mean, I don't know how people understand. I mean, like, you just don't see that? Like how that, I don't know, fascinates me. Anyway, all the people around him are cast-offs. Like they're all people that were kicked out of their party, and that will be the reason why they were kicked out of their party is because they weren't corrupt. Both sides. Okay, so this is why I can't take it anymore. So it's what I'm saying is Vance is someone, okay. Usually, if you look back at if you look back at vice presidents, they like get dumber and dumber and dumber and dumber, right? That's not like Reagan asked Ford to be his vice president, from what I understand, and Ford declined, I think, right? And then, you know, the party suggested Bush, you know, and then in 80, Reagan gets, you know, attempted assassination on Reagan, and then they can't assassinate you again. They can't try to do it again. It's kind of after that if it didn't work. So if you know, no, I'm no fan of nobody. I'm MAGA, so don't get anything wrong. It's MAGA. That's what I am. So my point about Vance is that Vance is not a stupid man. That fucking guy is smart as hell, man. He's really smart, and that scared the shit out of some people. But I think he's just such I don't know. You know, like it's like he's just, I don't know anybody. I don't know any people personally. It's just all observations, but it's like just listening to people, you know, some people I listen to for 1,000 hours. You know, I listen to people for, you know, a lot. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you know, say you work on cars and you work on cars for, you know, I used to work on cars 12 hours a day sometimes, right? You know, 12 hours a day, 6 days a week. You know, it's like, well, that's a lot of, and I like talk radio and things, so I listen to a lot of stuff. So to wrap this thing up, I was just thinking about Vance, and I was thinking about the cabinet and everything like that, and I'm going to say this. This is what I want to say too about this prediction, that I believe what's going on, and this is so we're 13. I'm going to try to wrap this and then I don't know if anybody's even going to ever see this. So we'll see. It's like you feel foolish to think that anybody even cares about what you're thinking about. But this whole thing has been from Dave to go. It's like so funny to hear these people that say that they got no plan. It's like, dude, like you don't, like, they're not. It's just so funny. It's like it's like you listen to some of these people. Can we do this? How about this? This would be a good thing. How about reporters stop with their looking at their phone? They can't even remember the question they're supposed to ask. And who's writing the questions? They're not writing them. They're not writing the questions. I mean, just look at them. They always got the damn phone. They're always like, President, oh yeah, my phone's blank, by the way. I'm not reading anything. Mr. President, did you have a problem with, Mr. President, are you afraid of, it's like, who's writing your question? Like, where are you even getting what? You didn't write this. This is not your thought. You don't have a thought in your head. I can see it. I can see you don't have any thoughts. It's like, how about we ban phones Give him a pen and a notepad. You know what I mean? And like, no holding a phone up in the damn. Come on, man. You got to do something about that. It's ridiculous. The 15. All right. I don't see where this is. Listen, Trump says like all the time how they got no cards. The United States has never had more. There's of all the cards, like if you had all the playing cards in the world that were ever printed forever, we have all of them right now. Because, dude, this guy, this is another thing about Trump. It's like the art of the deal. You go and you look, he goes into military school, and then he was, because his dad didn't want him to get fucking turned to shitbag because he was, listen, man, I was okay, if you ever saw Bad News Bears, Kelly Leak, that was me, okay? Like, I was the kid that was riding the dirt bike, and they were yelling at me and shit, and stuff like that, right? So I was not a great, I wasn't like, I was rambunctious. I was like Tom Sawyer or something. You know what I mean? But so my point is like, this ICE thing that was been going on in the country, I've noticed that like they cleared out Washington. They cleared out the surrounding, like Virginia, everything, Maryland, all around there. Man, they got rid of everybody, dude. That was to secure the area, man. Like, this is what's going on. Like, this guy's not a dumb guy. Like, these people are not dumb. They are super smart. They secured that area. DeSantis, I saw a thing today, DeSantis had the most ICE, So Trump's in Mar-a-Lago. Trump's home, isn't Florida. So there's nothing gonna happen in Florida, man. That's why he's securing Cuba. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like, you people, it's like, you don't, it's like if if you don't know how a car works, like, okay, look, see this thing right here? Like, how I built that thing, right? Okay, so if you can't tell me what happens when you go to the gas station and you take the gas and you put it in the car and you pump the gas in there and then you get in the car and you start up, you drive away. If you can't tell me what happens with the gas and then how it goes through and puts the power to the wheels, just beat it. I got nothing to do it. You don't even know that. And you're making policies about fuel and stuff. Like, I mean, what? You don't even know how anything works. Like, you don't know how anything works. Anyway, so, and the only reason why I say, like, listen, man, I mean, look, I built I built the whole thing. I built that over there, that thing over there. I rebuilt the whole house, man. I mean, it's like, this is all I freaking do. I'm like a mental patient. It's like I can't help but fix everything around me. It's like I got to get more macro instead of micro on this crap because I'm too small. Anyways, it's 20. So that's a good time for a freaking stupid. I watch a lot of stupid podcasts. So we're the most listen, this country right now we have the lowest crime rates in 125 years. I mean, I guess people weren't reporting a lot of crimes back then, but I mean, there was no they didn't have stuff like we have now. There was nothing then. There was no electricity. There was nothing. So I don't know. I mean, it should have been pretty peaceful, I would imagine. So I'd say that's great. I don't know how anybody's seeing anything bad right now. It's all good, man. It's all good. If you want to look around and see bad, you can find bad anywhere. If you let me tell you this, okay? I'm not this guy right here. I'm not a lifelong, Republican, man. I wouldn't say this is what annoys me. I'm cutting this off right here. Stop calling yourself conservative when you're not a goddamn conservative. Conservatives, it means to conserve. Like, the status quo is like, if you're conserving the status quo, we want to change the status quo. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, you can't, then progressive, you call a progressive means to progress. So it's like, if they're not they're not progressive, they're destructive. They're destroying. So how does it even work? It doesn't make sense. Stop. You're driving me, all you are driving me nuts. I can't talk to nobody no more. So, to wrap this rant up, I don't know. I got to take this popcorn ceiling out. I can't, it's, ugh. I don't hate popcorn ceiling. So, that's why, Mexico is secure. South America is secure. Cuba is secure. There's nothing coming from us from the east, okay? I don't see how you've got NATO is activated. They're activated, man. You know what I mean? 100, there's, I'm hearing 1 million. I don't know if it's 1 million people. I think there's 1 million Russian guys that are gone. So how are they gonna, and they're all young guys, how are they gonna even replenish they're not, you know what I mean? Like, everything's effed up, man. Like, Trump's had, look, Trump has all the cards. We have all the cards. The guy's rich. He don't give a shit about any of it. He just wants to fix shit because it's annoying as shit. Because, let me tell you something. If I had the power, I had the money, and I don't have the brain power that guy does. He's smarter than I am, okay? I don't know. You know what I mean? That guy's smarter than me, dude. You look at what he does. He's the greatest manager ever to he's not a micromanager. He sends, all these people that are in the cabinet, dude, they all ran for president and stuff. It's like we got 10 presidents and they're all doing stuff. Vance is doing stuff. Dude, he's back, he's doing stuff. You don't even know what he's doing. But don't worry about that guy. They don't want that guy. He's not a Dumbo. They want Dumbos. Cuomo, they got rid of Cuomo because you can't, that guy is they don't want Jack, you know what I mean? Cuomo, they don't want that. That's not what they want. It has nothing to do, it has to do with control. You know what I mean? And and then you have all these forces in this country that are trying to take down the country. And then you have these outside forces that are trying to take down the country. And they use the people inside the country. They figured all that stuff out. If I I think I kind of got a grasp on things. I'm not, these guys are way smarter than me. So and not on top of that, how smart they are. They got way smart people behind the scenes. So, look, my point like this, if you've been a Republican, I'm talking to you. If you've been a Republican, I've got friends that have been Republicans. Since I was 17, they've been talking shit about Republican. I'm like, what the hell you know about 17? I was worried about getting chicks and driving a nice car. You worried about being a Republican come on, stop with this crap. So, my generation is they're a strange bunch of people. They're a lot of good people in my generation, anyway, I'm gonna fix my fro, dude. This is my au naturel. Try and bring the natural look back. If you're a Republican and you've been a conservative, and if you paid for a girl's abortion, you're not a conservative. If you have never been married, you're not a conservative. Stop it, you freaking idiot. If you have been to hookers, are you kidding me, dude? Come on, man. I mean, well, stop with the freaking hypocrisy, you friggin' dummies, man. Like, dude, listen. The problem with the right, or I'm not going to call anybody the right or the left or whatever. I'm going to say I'm not even going to say a problem. I'm going to say a chink in the armor, right? We'll call it that. And is the fact that they lack openness, and openness is linked to creativity, right? So if you're less open and then you're more scared of shit, like, because like what I noticed the thing is like these far left kooks and the far right kooks, there's one thing, they're all freaking terrified. And you know what's funny is that they're terrified of each other and they're the exact same. It's hilarious. You know what I mean? They don't even see it either. It's just like the funniest thing I've ever seen. It's like, they're so stupid, dude. So like, let me tell you something, buddy. And you know what? Get rid of these freaking libertarians in the party. Like, it's like those dudes, man. If you've been conservative, and I'm talking about the real conservatives, okay? I'm talking about, you know who you are. I know who you are too, buddy. So, you're like, you were like raised in a nice house. You didn't grow up in chaos. You know what I mean? Like, it's like you had a nice dad, and your mom was nice to you and they made you all like, like cups, a tray, all nice and all this and that. And you never had anybody friggin' beat you up or nothing or whatever. It's like when people have a good thing, they think everybody's like that. A lot of people don't have empathy. That's the problem. We have a real lack of empathy in this country. And I'm not going to go on forever. But wrap my shit up here. My point is if you've been a conservative your whole life, you've been a conservative. If you're not happy now, go and look at yourself in the mirror, because you got a lot of problems with yourself, because this is the best damn shit that's ever going to happen, and it ain't never going to get any better than this, buddy. So you better just enjoy what's going on and stop watching the lies. They all lie. Stop it already, man. That's it. All right, later.